knowledge that I have gained through the last 2 semesters, especially through the project approach, is that you don't have to know everything before you start a project. And I think that's very important because as a teacher, sometimes you are in the controlling mindset that you have to know where you're going to be in 4 weeks and what you're going to be doing with your students. But with the project approach, it's okay because the kids can take it kind of whatever way they want. In the sense that you are learning new things along with the students, I learned something at our fire station visit that I had never known before about the fact that if you're in a second floor room and you can't get out your door, you're supposed to put dirty laundry or a blanket out your window so that firefighters know that you're up there, which is very interesting and something that my kids definitely still remember. A skill that I have learned has been the skill of tough love with my students, because coming into the last 2 placements, I have always kind of interacted with kids in a way that made them like me, because I thought that was important in getting along with them. In babysitting situations, this was great because the kids would listen to you. They'd go to bed when you wanted them to. They'd do whatever you wanted. In a school setting, not so great because it doesn't translate as well. Being liked in a school setting is not always the most beneficial thing in a classroom. Kids of all ages, especially the young ones that we'll be dealing with, they need that caring but also firm adult in the classroom. And this really reminded me of the Ayers chapter about all the myths of teaching and how you don't have to be fun to be a good teacher. And I think that was definitely most important for me. An attitude that I have gained through the last 2 semesters is the fact that you need to control what you can and get over what you can't, and not dwell on the things that you have no control over. One thing I didn't have control over this semester was we were supposed to have a firefighter come in and visit, and he couldn't come because he got called out to a job. And so we had a firefighter puppet in the classroom, and firefighter Steve was our guest speaker for that day, and I made it work. We answered the questions that the kids had made the day before, and anything I didn't know, I kind of told him, well, we'll ask again next week when we go on our fire station visit, so it all worked out. And last, one of the values that I have gained, or that one of the things I really value, I should say, is our education program as an early childhood education major, because we get so much exposure in the practicum settings that we have. We have the exposure to the project approach, which is a great method of teaching and has really challenged me this year. And I really, really like and value that our cohort is such a close-knit group, and that as Julia mentioned, we are very close and can go to each other for anything, not just school-related, but also personal problems and anything we might need to talk or vent for 5 minutes about. So those are some of the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values that we have learned over the last, over our college years, and we're excited to learn more over the rest of our lives.